So now that you know where to create profiles, dapat by this time nakapag-decide ka na saan ka kukuha ng gagawa ng profile, okay? Social media ba, which ones, or if kahit hindi ka pa nakakapag-decide 100%, here are some of the tips that you should follow when you're creating a profile, especially on freelance marketplaces. Okay, so we keep on talking about optimizing a profile. An optimized profile does these things. It's searchable. Sabihin, madali kang mahanap. Um, an optimized profile looks impressive. It doesn't necessarily mean na impressive means meron kang experience. Even if walang experience, you will still get hired. And it shows the client what you can do. And at the end of the day, a fully optimized profile works for you. It's not just for display. It works for you. So let's start with the basic profile picture. It has to be well lit. You have to be smiling. It's not a selfie, and it's professional looking. Now, pag sinabi natin professional looking, hindi naman kailangan na pumunta sa studio. Okay, pwede na yung mga maayos na Android phone, iPhone, malinaw na yung mga camera nila. That's enough. Okay, so just take uh, um, um, a, a, a headshot of you smiling. Hindi naman kailangan parang ID picture. Pwede naka-angulo ka ng konti. For girls, you can put on light makeup. For guys, kahit t-shirt lang na maganda, maayos tignan, and malinaw yung background. Hindi kailangan puti. Okay? So, basta kailangan professional lang tignan. Napaulit-ulit tayo, especially for newbies. Kasi wala nang masyadong laman, wala pang masyadong laman ng profile natin. So, kailangan kung ano man yung profile, meron sa profile mo, it works for you. Okay? So, everything has to serve a purpose. Okay? So, isipin mo if a profile is not good. So, the client will think na, okay, profile pa lang di na maayos. What if, ano pa ba yung mga work na gagawin mo? Because it represents you. And do you want something that represents you look like it's not, hindi pinag-isipan at hindi pinag-effortan? Okay? So, profile picture, very important. Title. Your title is your professional designation. Okay? So, ano ka ba? So, obviously, you're a virtual assistant. Now, you can actually not use the term virtual assistant, guys. Okay? If meron kang position na gusto mong gamitin, go ahead. Okay? But use keywords. You can also add a little bit of your personality because titles, it adds to your searchability. Okay? So, it also shows your focus, your niche, and you can also use specific software names. Okay, so why do we need to use keywords? We'll talk about that later, but you can add a little personality. Some people, rockstar virtual assistant, yung mga ganon. Okay, it also adds to your searchability. If you use keywords, the clients, kapag naghahanap sila ng VA, hindi naman sila naglalagay ng pangalan, and they rarely just type in VA because maraming lalabas. Okay, so they will probably type in yung mga software na hinahanap nila or their own niche. Okay, para yung lumabas is relevant to them. Okay, so let's have an example here. Now, virtual assistant versus real estate virtual assistant. Okay, so if the client is looking for a real estate virtual assistant, most probably real estate VA ang itatype nila. So if yun ang title mo, mas mataas ang chance na ikaw ang lumabas. Okay, so a profile helps in your searchability. Okay, and let's say nag-apply ka. Let's say hindi sila nag-search, but nag-apply ka for a job ad. If they see your title na it's relevant to what they're looking for, mas makukuha yung attention nila and they'll click on your application. They'll read your cover letter, you'll go back to your profile, and check kung anong meron ka doon sa profile mo. And if nilagay mo kasi yung parang pinaka-focus keyword mo, let's say real estate, it makes you look like you know it. Okay? Because alam mo lang yung real estate, but you're not properly communicating that to the client. Okay, so let's not wait until kausapin pa tayo ng client to tell them what we can do. Very important na unang tingin pala ng client, alam na nila ano ka, sino ka, ano kaya mong gawin. And this helps with that. Okay? So, hindi mo kailangan maging expert. You just have to show them that you know it. Right? So, here's another example. Um, Kanina, VA versus real estate VA. Ito naman, mas focused pa siya. Instead of just e-commerce virtual assistant, you can use Shopify virtual assistant. Right? So if they're looking for an e-commerce virtual assistant and they have a Shopify uh, website, then they'll probably go with Shopify VA because that's the software that they're using. And itong VA ito, the fact that she or he puts in Shopify, they must know Shopify. Okay? Putting it there doesn't mean that you are an expert, guys. Even basic um, knowledge, okay na yon. Because remember, putting it there, you're also targeting clients. Okay? So that's totally fine. A lot of people, meron silang question, what if di ako masyadong magaling? Ganyan. Then, you're not telling people naman, di ka naman nagsisinungaling na expert ka. Right? So, next would be portfolio. So, para sa mga hindi alam ko portfolio, it's a sample work. Now, most online freelance platform, meron silang section doon for portfolio where you can upload or link your sample work. Okay? So, uh, mas kilala kasi yung term na portfolio on graphic designers and web designers kasi meron talaga silang output. For administrative workers, more specifically mga VAs, parang mahirap mag-isip ano ba talaga yung output mo because continuous yung ginagawa mo and some of the things that you create that you work with medyo sensitive in nature, di ba? But what you can do is spend time and invest and create your own portfolio, especially if wala ka pa talagang experience. Okay, so whatever you learned, let's say you're taking an e-commerce course, then try to execute that and create your own portfolio. Diba? And nagkaroon ka pa ng experience. That's also an experience. The fact that you went dun sa software, ginamit mo yung experience na yon, it doesn't mean na walang client, hindi siya na siya pwede. Okay, because the experience that we're looking for is yung specific software. The fact na ginamit mo, it's one and the same. Okay, so your portfolio can show them what you can do, and I highly suggest if images yung portfolio mo, add watermarks kasi ang totoo niyan may mga tao na nagpupunta sa profile ng ibang tao tapos ginagaya nila. So, lagyan mo lang ng watermark. And also, make sure that you only show items that you have permission to show and blur out any sensitive details. Mga pictures, pangalan, anything sensitive, okay? And if wala ka talagang output, you can take screenshots of the apps that you can use. Okay, so marunong ka mag-Shopify, kahit wala ka pang client doon, wala ka naman talagang shop, nagbubuting-ting ka lang, then you can take a screenshot of yung Shopify mo habang nakabukas, 'di ba? Na you're doing this, you're uploading products, mga ganon. Okay? So, previous work history, very straightforward. If wala kang ito, then leave it blank. But if you have one, make sure na maayos. Make sure na check mo yung grammar and be precise as possible sa ginawa mo sa previous history, work history mo. And make sure that you describe the job. Hindi lang customer service technical account, tapos nilagay mo lang doon. Okay, describe the job. Ano bang ginawa mo? What were your day-to-day responsibilities? How were you handling your tasks? Ganon. Make sure na ilabas mo yung mga recognition or nagkaroon ka ba ng mga awards, mga ganon. List it there. And same with anything else, check your grammar. Okay. Next is certificates. Now, only add relevant certificates, guys. I'm actually not a big fan of certificates because unless yung certificate is from Google, Harvard, yung mga ganon, yung mga high-end, then that's good. But yung mga certificate lang kung saan-saan and it's not relevant to your work as a virtual assistant, you don't have to put it there. Parang malilito lang yung client and baka isipin ng client, you don't know what you're doing kasi nilagay mo doon, it's not even relevant. Diba? So, again, papaulit-ulitin natin to. If it's not helping you, it's hurting you. So, next would be tests. In most freelance marketplaces, especially Upwork, may mga examination dun and tests. And this is the part na for beginners talaga. Take as much tests as possible and take yung mga relevant na skill tests. Now, if you took tests, make sure na yung ilalabas mo lang, yung i-show mo lang sa profile mo, yung nakapasa ka. So kung hindi ka pumasa, you can hide that, right? So why do we have to do this? Just spend time. And for Upwork, it's free. Why? Because it shows the client that you can do the job kahit wala ka pang experience. Because maybe wala ka ngang experience with it as an online worker, but you've done it before uh, in your office job, sa corporate job mo, or kahit ibang work siya, but it's the same skills that you're using and effective ka because you passed the test, then the client may consider that. Okay? Again, you have to optimize. Kung anong ilalagay mo sa profile mo, it has to serve a purpose. Now, the next video that we will have is the last part of the of profiles, and it's the most important part. So it's the overview. Okay, so if you have questions about the parts of the profile that we've talked about in this video, as always, send us a message on our page, group, or email.